The universal metaverse economy. Are you curious what the metaverse is? Are you interested in entering the realm of the metaverse for fun, gaming, socializing, keeping in touch, or doing business? Do you want to know how to make money from it? Stay tuned and get all the answers. Welcome to the World Econ News. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and hit the notification button to get updates and information about the latest international economic news items. So, what is the metaverse? Before I tell you about it, I have to ask you to keep in mind that it's currently poorly defined, and a proper comprehensive definition is still being formulated by the bright creative minds and philosophers in the field of technology. But here is the most widely accepted definition in a nutshell. Think of the metaverse as an upgrade from the two-dimensional internet you use every day to a three-dimensional brand new internet. Now, hang on and don't assume that it has already happened on a large noticeable scale because it's still in its infancy, and at least a decade or more will pass before most of our interactions on the World Wide Web become three-dimensional. For now, the metaverse is a confined collection of small 3D worlds within the internet and is very limited. As of right now, metaverses are platforms that you can join for the purpose of playing games, becoming part of a particular community with a specific focus, mostly having fun, or doing business such as buying and selling NFTs, and finally creating fantasy worlds. So what exactly is the technical concept of the metaverse? It's an advanced form of virtual reality, aka VR, which appeared first in the gaming world in the early 1990s after it was developed by tech companies in the form of VR headsets that enabled players to sense and feel that they are inside the game itself in 3 dimensions. The first company to launch VR headsets was Oculus and was followed by HTC and Sony. Since then, the virtual reality business ballooned and became a multi-billion-dollar industry. That remained mostly confined to the gaming world. Please take note that the gaming market had a market valuation of approximately $180 billion in 2020. Okay, what a relief. Finally, we've got it. The metaverse is the tool that enables us to live, sense, play, trade, socialize, learn, and communicate in a 3D environment within the realm of cyberspace or an app, to be more accurate. Before Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Facebook, dropped a bombshell by changing the name of his company to Meta in October 2021 and announcing that Facebook will be the future of the metaverse. By the way, he did that as an attempt to monopolize the business. The concept of the metaverse was simply not receiving much attention from the media and technology giants. But this mere announcement by Facebook caused ripple effects that created a global environment of fierce competition. A huge amount of corporations, including Google and Microsoft, along with hundreds of startups, started dumping money on the creation of metaverses, hence creating tens of thousands of new jobs in the technology sector on a global scale. Facebook, or Meta to be correct since it's changed its name, announced that it would create 10,000 jobs in the European Union alone for the purpose of creating a robust virtual world, a metaverse to be more correct. Wherever there is innovation and inventions, there is business and profit. The economy within the metaverse is called Metanomics. Is there a new tech boom? Yes, indeed. The competition is on. Metaverses are popping up all over the internet. Millions are subscribing to these new realms. Tech giants are spending millions to innovate. Meanwhile, experts expect billions to be invested in this mega internet transformation process in 2022. The demand for experienced software and hardware engineers is skyrocketing. It's safe to point out here that experienced software engineers working on the development and creation of metaverses will become the equivalent of gods, in the confines of the metaverses, of course. If it's new and poorly defined, then of course there's a dilemma. You know how I mentioned earlier that the internet as a whole, or mostly, will become the metaverse? Well, it's a steep uphill battle despite the endless profits and global economic benefits attached. Why? So far, no one managed to identify how the ultimate metaverse will look and feel like, nor what will be the best, most suitable hardware and software needed to make it possible and truly liberating for the users. For example, how much artificial intelligence can be utilized without making it too fake or unreal for the users. So far, tech giants are focusing on three aspects that sort of already existed before the recent media buzz. Number 1, gaming. It was and still is taking the lion's share of attention because it's in very, very high demand. The needs of gamers are constantly shifting. Gamers don't just want to play the game, they also want to create it and live it. Don't be surprised if virtual reality headsets become part of a suit that a player can wear and thus sense some of the events taking place in the game, such as getting shot, kicked, punched, or touched. Such enhancements to the gamer experience will be a big hit and will obviously contribute to the creation of even more new jobs. Number 2. Construct your own world and community. We all feel tired and exhausted from the harsh realities of life. Thus, we all seek, in our free time, of course, to fulfill our desires and dreams. Now, you can make it happen by buying a piece of virtual real estate in one of the many metaverses available out there and building your own fantasy world where you are the king, creating a way of life that suits you. Now, guess what? You can also invite like-minded people to join you in this kingdom and live happily ever after. This is a very tempting experience for many reasons. One of these reasons is the secrecy. You and everyone will become citizens of your kingdom, community, club, or fantasy planet, and you can stay anonymous. Number 3. Trading without boundaries. Millions of gamers are already buying and selling game-related tokens, gear, levels, virtual real estate, positions, and you name it. But this horizon is expanding. As I already said, you can construct your own world or join someone's virtual world. These worlds can have economics, banks, virtual currencies, jobs, factories, products, services, malls, and so much more. It's a place for doing business and conducting all sorts of transactions. What's interesting here is that many cryptocurrencies are already being used as tokens for transactions within the metaverses. Hence, real money is moving because cryptocurrencies cost flat money to buy. Think about what's happening here. There's a new parallel virtual economy manifesting, and like it or not, it's not just part of the real economy, but it's also becoming an influencing factor that drives investors and capital. NFTs and the parallel virtual economy. NFTs? I'm sorry, what? You still don't know exactly what NFTs are and how they're a huge part of the metaverse? Okay, you're in safe hands. Allow me to enlighten you. An NFT, aka non-fungible token, is a unique unit of data stored on a digital ledger, a code representing ownership of a physical or digital item such as digital files, images, pieces of art, photos, videos, songs, in-game gear, software, a training course, a chair in your kitchen, a piece of virtual estate in the metaverse, a 16th century doorknob, a nice virtual suit you designed to wear in your metaverse, or anything that is yours and you have the legal rights to own in the real or digital world. NFT markets are becoming a huge, massive, multi-billion-dollar digital business and are also becoming increasingly connected to the metaverse. In fact, some NFT platforms are metaverses where you can play, have some fun whilst also trading real, physical, or digital NFTs. There's a rumbling in the matrix. I meant in the global metaverse sphere, or shall I say sector. The OpenSea marketplace alone is worth more than $10 billion, and there's chatter that it's worth close to $100 billion. The whole global NFT market is worth more than $100 billion. Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and alt currencies, which are heavily used in the NFT markets and metaverses, represent a $3 trillion market. These figures are current, volatile, and rising. Billions of dollars are exchanged daily within the connected markets of metaverses, NFTs, and cryptocurrencies, and the overall result is positive for the global economy and jobs creation. Now you see how the beautiful parallel virtual economy is being randomly constructed by the masses and a few thousand very innovative software developers. Cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and metaverses are slowly merging into an anonymous giant that's becoming increasingly connected, a new, strange, undefined, unregulated global economy that exists in codes, bits, and bytes, ones and zeros, in the realm of cyberspace on thousands of scattered servers, on every laptop, computer, and smartphone on the face of the planet. This new digital free trade and play system is mysteriously giving the world economy a huge boost. Experts believe that in less than 2 decades, we'll all have access to the metaverse as the internet as a whole becomes the universal metaverse. So let's move on and talk about money. You're probably getting some ideas after hearing this video, right? I bet you're wondering how you can have some fun in the metaverse while also making some money. Okay, let's go make some. You probably know from the millions of videos on the internet that there are a million ways to make money on the internet. And guess what, my friends? You can make plenty of money from the metaverse too. It'll develop over time, but you can start by investing and trading in cryptocurrencies, or mining them, or creating NFT images which you can sell. I'm obliged to use a disclaimer here. Always do your own research. Get information from different sources before you come to a conclusion. Create a strategy before you start trading, and make sure you stick to it. What often happens is that emotions take over instead of sticking to the strategy, and people lose a lot of money. Never spend money you don't have or can't afford to lose. Every dollar you invest, you can lose, so be smart and think of the impact it will have if you lose that amount before you invest it in something. Besides that, keep learning from your mistakes and have fun. Lots of fun. So to sum things up, there's a whole new undefined parallel digital economy forming. It's driving, transforming, and even rescuing the traditional decaying global economy. The internet is getting a massive unplanned upgrade and is slowly becoming the universal metaverse. The global economy is currently benefiting from this new transformation and natural evolution that is driven by the human spirit for progress and development, especially in the technology sector. The big question remains, who will control the universal metaverse? Corporations or the people? I'm truly hoping that the people will be in charge while corporations merely facilitate the process for a fee. So that's it for this video. Farewell, be cool, and stay freaking positive. And if you'd like to stay updated and informed about the latest international economic news topics, hit the subscribe and bell icons. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.